Today, I'm going to tell you what are the best shotguns and their perks in Season of the Chosen. Plus, I'm giving you all the info about the hidden buffs and nerfs you may not already be aware of for the Destiny 2 PvP sandbox this season. Hey guys, once again, it's a new season and a new sandbox, and it seems we've got a few fan favourites that are making their return this season. We also have a few shotguns from last season with different perks that are hinting towards Bungie's direction on shotgun archetypes. And finally, I'll be showing you a few shotguns that look okay on paper but are actually brilliant that you might be sleeping on. Let's talk about perks. First off, let's quickly familiarise ourselves with the best PvP shotgun perks that actually matter and why. Now, there are a few things in here that even veteran players might not know about, so I suggest you stick around. However, if you feel really familiar with the shotgun perk pool and the updates over the seasons, feel free to skip ahead to the next timestamp. For the rest of you, I've listed the strongest barrels, magazines and perks that make up the most meta shotgun god rolls in the game. This will be subjective to a point, however, after discussing this with my Destiny community, we believe this is pretty accurate. For slug shotguns, I usually go for any barrel that gives me the most range and stability, however pellet shotguns are far more complicated. Basically, if your pellet shotgun does not have any of the two I'm about to mention, it's total trash. Well, not complete trash, but you're going to be at a distinct disadvantage over other guardians, and I'd strongly suggest you keep on farming. Full choke. This tightens the pellet spread, meaning more chance to KO guardians at further range. Basically, more pellets hit you, more chance it's going to kill you. Rifled barrel. This increases the range of the pellets without increasing the spread of them over other barrel types. However, it does reduce the handling speed, which means a slower time to draw, stow and ADS your shotgun. Now, both of these barrel types have been tested thoroughly over the years, and it's personal preference on which is better. However, it looks like Bungie is dropping Quickdraw and Snapshot from a lot of its aggressive frame shotguns this season, meaning very low handling. With that in mind, I would strongly suggest full choke on aggressive frames and rifled barrel on adaptive frame shotguns, which don't suffer so badly from handling. Up next, we've got the magazines. Accurized Rounds. When it comes to shotguns, you want to maximise the range as much as possible, so if you get a shotgun that drops with Accurized Rounds, you can't go wrong, as you're getting less damage fall off and better pellet magnetism. Assault Mag. If you can get a range masterwork, this magazine type complements it really well, as by then most shotguns are hitting their max range cap anyway. This is my personal favourite, as not only does it give you more stability for you console players, it also allows you to fire more rounds per minute, which is super important if you have your opponent miss that first shot and you're staring at each other for that split second waiting for the cooldown to end on that next blast. The amount of times Assault Mag has saved me on my Mindbenders and duels where both have whiffed the first shot is insane. Don't sleep on this perk. Up next are the Golden 4 shotgun perks that are without doubt the best you can get on any shotgun within the Crucible. Quickdraw. This is the best shotgun perk in most people's opinion and is an absolute must for players wanting to maximise movement and positioning advantage within the sandbox. Now, what makes this perk so good is that it allows you to draw your shotgun incredibly fast and basically maximises your dexterity attribute. This is so important because as you get better with shotguns, you realise you should have your main weapon out as a default to soften up targets, then use your shotgun to finish them off. Now, with practice, there is a method of quick drawing your gun called hot swapping that does not need this perk to function and actually swaps weapons even faster. This is amazing for boss DPS, and I actually have a video on how to do this in the top corner of the screen right now. Snapshot. Before Season of the Worthy, shooting your shotgun while aiming down sights used to increase its effective range. However, this is no longer the case. This perk is still top tier as it allows you to ADS so much faster that in those clutch moments when you need to center in on a target, you have the time to do it. Opening shot. Described as improved accuracy and range on the opening shot of attack. Basically, this translates to a greater KO range on your shotgun, as it has more accuracy and range on that first shot, and seeing as shotgun fights are usually decided on just one shot, this is an absolute monster of a perk to have on any shotgun. Slideshot. Described as sliding partially reloads his weapon's magazine and temporarily boosts range and stability. If you're the type of Guardian that loves to slide in the fights and never have an empty shotgun, this is the perk for you, as it gives added range right after sliding, meaning more chance to one-hit KO other Guardians, while also reloading after you have slid through that special ammo brick. I personally love this perk, and with Quickdraw being taken away from future aggressive frame shotguns, this might become the next best thing. Rampage. This is the start of the less meta perks, but it's still a great one. Although not a passive perk, getting kills and activating Rampage means your shotgun is doing slightly more damage, and thus meaning being able to kill from further away on that second and third kill. Vorpal. This perk is useless in the start of most Crucible matches. However, if your shotgun can roll with double perks in the final column that you can switch between, like the Fellwinter's Lie, this perk is great as it allows you to increase damage versus Guardians while they're in their super. Once the super phase is over, you can then switch the perk over. If not, it's a good perk, but not ideal by itself. Hipfire Grip. Now, a lot of you might be wondering, why is this perk in the pool list? It's not that great. Well, remember me talking about the nerf to increase range when aiming down sight that came in Season of the Wordy? Well, since then, this perk has indirectly had a buff to it, as shooting Guardians from the hip increases accuracy, stability, and precision hit targeting, meaning more pellets will hit, meaning far more consistency. It's almost like having a perma opening shot enabled when you shoot from the hip. Honestly, don't sleep on this perk, guys. And finally, Swashbuckler. This is in the same pool as Rampage, as a non-passive perk that requires you to kill Guardians previously to activate it. It suits shotguns nicely, as killing with a melee grants Swashbuckler ×5, meaning a ton of shotgun damage to that next opponent, allowing you to kill them from much further away. Right then, onto the shotguns themselves. This season, we have 11 shotguns that are more than viable in the Crucible, with 3 being slug and 9 being your standard pellet shotguns. So, in no particular order, let's begin with the Astral Horizon. In the kinetic slot, this is the best shotgun hands down for season 13, and the plus side is it won't be sunset until season 17, and it'll pair nicely with the many energy 120 hand cannon options being released this season. If you don't have a copy of the Astral, you can get it by turning in trials tokens to Saint 14 every Friday evening to Tuesday afternoon. Let's check out its stats. From my overview of perks, you should have an idea of what to look for. However, I'll be circling in red any perk options I see as being viable in the absence of the ones previously discussed. And as you all know, it rolls with opening shot and quick draw.
Look how they massacred my boy.
Oh god, it's horrible. Remember when I said about Bungie not wanting us to have fun anymore? I mean balancing shotguns. They have removed Quickdraw from the Astral Horizon this season, aka aggressive shotguns, and replaced the third perk pool for this PvP shotgun with a bunch of warm to tepid crap. If you get this shotgun, please get it with full choke, opening shot, and if you have to pick a third column, pulse monitor or auto-loading holster, oh dear. If you get the shotgun, max yourself out with some dex mods ASAP. All that is said though, this is still an S tier shotgun as it still maps. Xenoclast. Okay, full disclosure here, my mods, my community and some top 1% trial players have told me this gun maps and it's supposed to be the poor man's Fellwinter's Lie. I myself do not have a good roll of this, so this review is coming from about 30 other people telling me the same thing. It rolls a whole buffet of perks including all the usual barrels, magazines, and in the third column we have good old Slideshot and Slideways, which I love. In the fourth column we have Swashbuckler, Killing Wind, Hipfire Grip and worst case Vorpal as really good options. It one hit KO is almost the same range as Fellwinter's Lie and will be around for several more seasons, so if you're running any strikes keep an eye on for this shotgun landing as a reward. And that's the problem, it's just so hard to farm, and that a lot of people have the Fellwinter's Lie available to them this season. That being said, just keep an eye out for this one, and if you get a good roll, hold on to it. Because of this, we're going to give it an A+ ranking for this shotgun. 7 Seraph CQC12. Okay, I love this gun. It looks the nuts, and it's lightweight. Basically, this gun is a 70% range Fellwinter's Lie with a hidden 20 mobility, more perk options, and better handling. The true value of this shotgun is its utility and being able to shut down supers and rapidly shoot other Guardians with its already fast fire rate, and that's even before you have assault mag on it. As you can see, it gives us Slideshot, Quickdraw, and also Snapshot and Vorpal, so perk wise it's great. Plus, you can farm for it really easily from world drops. You won't be surprised to find this suggested in a lot of YouTubers' top 5 shotguns in PvP. The only downside is its sunset at the end of the season, so grab it fast. The plus side though is that it's a replacement this season, and it's just as easy to farm. I'll get onto that shotgun later. This is easily an A rank shotgun. Up next, the duality. If you missed this exotic shotgun when it landed in Beyond Light, you're in luck, as you can pick it up from the tower kiosk if you have enough materials to afford it. This shotgun is a one-of-a-kind hybrid that fires both pellet and slug shells at your opponent, and is around 80 to 90% the max range of a god roll aggressive frame pellet or slug shotgun. However, it's just had a buff adding another 1.25 meters to its range, meaning this thing could shoot as far as a Fellwinter's Lie or Chaperone when they're not perked with opening shot. It really shines in its flexibility to be defensive slug shotgun, sniping shotgun rushers or mid-air crayon users, but also allows you to shoot pellet shells when you yourself are pushing a corner and need to map someone quickly. This shotgun is a jack of all trades, and after this season's buff it's almost a master of all. However, aggressive frame shotguns will still just beat it in range and consistency, as well as your god roll slug shotguns. That said, it's an excellent shotgun and 100% falls within the A tier shotgun list easily. Fellwinter's Lie. Let's just get this one out of the way. This is the best shotgun in season 13 for the energy slot, and probably PvP hands down. However, shock horror is going to be sunset at the end of the season, and now is the time to put the work in to grind out the best shotgun for the next season so you're not left in the dark. Remember when Spare Rations was being sunset and everyone spent a whole season grinding out the Dire Promise? This is the same thing. So later on I'll give you my top pick for the best shotgun for next season and almost this season. So if you don't have a copy of this, you can get it from the kiosk at the tower if you can afford the materials. And let's not beat around the bush, this thing maps. It can consistently one-hit people from 7 to 8 meters, with the occasional 9 meter shot being pulled off, meaning it's even better in terms of consistency than the good old Mindbender's Ambition. In terms of pulse, this thing gives us max range with full choke and Accurized Rounds, and allows us to change between Slideshot, Quickdraw in column 3 and opening shot Vorpal in column 4, meaning you can do extra damage on the supers mid-game and then switch back to opening shot later on. Of course, this is going to sit in the S tier list, no questions. Lord of Wolves. Released in the Forsaken DLC and available as a world drop to anyone with DLC from Forsaken onwards, the Lord of Wolves is still a great pick for a shotgun. Yes, it's toxic, but god, this thing maps. Just look at the background footage of me using this thing in comp. This thing can map from 12 meters if you hit the head, and takes a lot of Guardians by surprise who are in compromising positions. It used to be ridiculous and consistently killed people from 12 meters away without hitting heads when they used the Release the Wolves perk. However, 2 seasons ago it was nerfed and everyone forgot about it. However, using the standard shot on this thing still wrecks. People have just forgotten how good it is. A more defensive style of play is used with this shotgun, as the fire mechanism is slightly delayed over other shotguns, so think of it as a short range faster firing fusion rifle. Because of this, I'm giving an A rating, and in the hands of a savant, it's definitely A+ or more. The Retro Futurist. The only shotgun introduced to this season is an energy lightweight frame that, although looks a wee bit Toys R Us, is actually the new 7th Seraph CQC, as that shotgun is sunset at the end of this season. With the right farming, this thing can roll with a lot of the same great perks as the CQC minus the Vorpal, but the important thing here is it comes with Quickdraw, Snapshot and Swashbuckler, meaning you're getting the same great versatility of other lightweight frame shotguns. Get a good old skill in it with a range masterwork and you're going to be good to go. The CQC replacement gets the same rating as the CQC, is A tier. Farm it in the world loot pool this season, ladies and gents. Our next shotgun is the Blasphemer. It's back again, people. This is a precision slug shotgun for the kinetic slot that can be farmed at the Altar of Sorrows on the moon quite easily. A good strategy is to do an altar run, and once it's finished, get your team to split up. One of you look for an altar run that's at tier 6 or 7, and then the rest of the team join up on their fire team, and then all you'll have to do is kill the boss again. Rinse and repeat. Now, the perk pool on this is nice and juicy, as we have Quickdraw, Hipfire Grip in the first slot. God, I love Hipfire Grip. Then in the 4th column, you're going to want to get opening shot to hit the consistent 12 meters or more. Failing that, you want Swashbuckler or Rampage as your non-passive perks to increase the range some more after killing a Guardian. This is going to be in the B tier of shotguns. It's great in all but the most competitive playlists. First in, last out. Another slug shotgun. This is basically the energy version of the Blasphemer, but with less aim assistance and worse perk pools. Farmable as a wall drop, it's quite easy to farm for this, and I personally like to rock it in most game modes outside of Trials and Competitive. Sadly, we don't have Quickdraw, but we do have Slideshot, Hipfire Grip and Opening Shot in the last column, which mixed together makes this still a really good shotgun. This gets a C class rating from me. Next, we've got the Chaperone, good old faithful. Let's not beat around the bush. In the right hands, this thing is a monster, and many a Guardian has found themselves against a player who lives and breathes by this thing and can't be contested within 12 to 17 to 18 meters. Did I say 17 to 18 meters? Yes, that's right. If you get a kill with this thing, you're going to proc its exotic perk, the Roadborn, and once triggered, this thing basically turns into a sniper rifle for a short time. To get the shotgun, visit Amanda Holiday after receiving the Holiday Family History quest from any activity and then grind out the tasks. This would be higher up in the list, but with so many good pellet shotguns available this season and their reliability and consistency, this shotgun I don't think is worth any higher than the B at the moment. And finally, it's back people, Retold Tale. This shotgun is what the dire promise was to the spare rations a few seasons ago. Everyone is using the Fellwinter's Lie at the moment, but you need to be farming this shotgun right now, as this thing is going to be its replacement next season, and if I'm honest, it's a good alternative to the Fellwinters. It maps from just under the Fellwinter's max range, however, once the opening shot perk has gone from the Fellwinters, the Retold Tale is just as consistent. To get your hands on this thing, you have many options. Let's have a look at them. Chest after Ascended Challenge and turning in corresponding bounties, turn in bounty to run blind well, Shattered Throne, finishing both of Petra's weekly bounties, present small gifts to cats around the Dreaming City. If you have a Corsair down, find a dead Corsair, inspect it, kill enemies and turn in the badges. I might have missed one, but feel free to let me know in the comments below. As this is a precision type shotgun, it's not going to suffer so badly from handling, so full choke or rifle barrel are on the table. I'd personally go with Accurized Rounds. If I can get a ranged masterwork on it, then it's going to be Quickdraw or Slideshot in the third column. And finally, Snapshot, Vorpal or Killing Wind at a push in the fourth. Where do you think it's going to go in the tier list, guys? Boom! It's an S-Class shotgun this season, and it's 1,000,000% going to be S-Class next season. Get it now. In summary, don't pair two sluggish weapons, i.e. aggressive frame shotguns with a low handling primary without something to get that snappiness back like Quickdraw, Snapshot or Dexterity mods. Otherwise, you're going to feel like you're moving through treacle. Aggressive frames are still the top dogs in hitting consistently outside of 8 meters. Lightweight frames have strong perk pools, are super fun to use and give you 20 more mobility, but are just not quite as consistent as aggressive frames. Farm the Retold Tale like crazy this season, so you're viable within pinnacle PvP activities early on. And if you like your CQC this season, get your hands on a Retrofuturist now. If I've missed something in this video or you have any suggestions for my next, please let me know in the comments below. We discuss everything Destiny on my Twitch stream on a regular basis and within the community Discord, which you can find both links to below. Thanks for watching.